Hello, we should be live now. Howdy. How's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to Pokemon Horizons episode 54 live discussion. A day later than normal, but hey, I was out of town and I came back a little bit early, so yeah, and I got a bunch of stuff for Father's Day later on, so I figured I'd squeeze this out before, I go do all that. So, that's what we're gonna do today. This may be a quieter stream. Who knows? I know it's Father's Day, so people might be busy. So I'm sorry. Trying my best to kind of fit everything in here, but yeah, we'll talk about the episode and my thoughts, and whoever's here can chat as well. So if you're someone that is new here, you're just coming to the stream for the first time, or just discovering it after the fact. Normally what we do here, usually on Saturdays, I have these streams, but I'm doing it on Sunday since I was out of town yesterday. So, what we do is, after I do my intro here, I usually give it a couple minutes for people to show up. If not, I usually start around the 5 to 10 minute mark. I give my thoughts on the episode. I give a summary of the episode, my thoughts, and I rate the episode. Then I hand it over to you in the audience to let me know what you thought about the episode. So, yeah. Anyways, and another thing to get out of the way here, the music you hear in the background is from the Video Game Study Lounge by Game Chops. Pretty cool. It's a video game lo-fi remixes and some originals in there as well. And I listen to it mainly when I'm studying or reading. I'm at work, I need something to listen to while, I'm trying to get through my work day, or when I'm working out. So, check it out. Links in the description, listen to it sometime. Anyways, let's see who's here. Brad Jiff. I hope I pronounced your name right. You like this episode? Me too. I'm going to get into my thoughts here in a second, but it looks like we got 7 people here. More than I was expecting. I wasn't really sure how this was going to work. Like I said, it's Father's Day, and I'm a day later than normal. But hey, the more the merrier. What's up, y'all? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Where I'm at, we're about ready to get slapped with a major heat wave this week. So, the next 5 days are gonna be, next 5-6 days are gonna be absolutely miserable. I'm gonna be frying here. So, we'll see about streaming this week. We might not be, if it's gonna be excessively hot. But hey, it's summertime. It's good times, y'all. Anyways, I'll give it another minute or two here, and then we'll get started talking about this episode, because there's a lot to discuss here, because got a lot of bombshells from this episode, that's for sure. Very important stuff. We kind of know what the explorers are really after, and kind of what they're seeking, and it seems like there might be some mutiny going on within the explorers of Spinel. But more on that momentarily. So, got 8 people here, so what's up? If you could do me a favor, if you could like the video, I would appreciate that. Likes help the channel, it helps push me in the algorithm, and yeah, we could get some more people in here, that'd be great. So if you could do that really quickly, I'd appreciate it. And also vote if you haven't in the poll I have. Give me what you thought you would rate this episode. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, or lower than 5. Thank you. I think we're at 4 likes now. Need one more to 5. Can we get the 5? Actually, nope, we're at 5 now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get to 10 now. That's our next goal, 10. Let's go in 5s. Eventually we'll get to 20 one day. One of these days. Alright, I'm going to get started here in a moment. Let's see, we got about 15 more seconds. That girl. Hey, what's going on? I see your comments now. I see him. I see ya. Were you chatting before? But I can see that response there, so I at least see that. I'm not really sure. It could be something with YouTube. YouTube can be funky. Gotcha, yes, so. Yep, I see you now. Welcome in. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Sunday, wherever you're at. Should be a nice day today. Well, where I'm at. Not sure how nice it is everywhere around the world, but you know how it is. Somewhere it's sunny, somewhere it's rainy. I am just not looking forward to this heat wave. It's gonna be a rough week, that's for sure. Oh boy. True, it's so late, but I'm here. No, you're good. You're good. I haven't even given my thoughts on the episode yet, so you're good. We're gonna start here in a moment, but you're good. Today is Father's Day. Yes, it is. It's winter, and I love it. Oh, it's winter where you're at? Nice. It is too hot where I'm at. Well, today, it's actually alright today. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be 93 where I'm at, so it's going to be in the 90s all the way through Saturday where I'm at, so yeah. Going to be completely frying over here, so fun times. Yep, I live in Australia. Gotcha. Oh, we got a view. Well, we're all around the world here. Everyone around the world enjoying Pokemon Horizons. We're all friends here, though. We're just here to have a good time. Alright, I will give it a couple more seconds here, and then I will officially start talking about the episode. And while I do that, feel free to chat it up in the chat, the chatty chat. And then once I'm done going over my thoughts, I'll catch back up. There is a lot to talk about. You know, I was scratching the surface with my video on Friday, but now that we have subs and got full context, oh boy, this series, yeah. So, on that note, I'm gonna get started. So, yeah, let's talk about Pokemon Horizons, episode 54. Crazy we're this far into the series. Give me a second. Oh. My thing just bugged out for a second. Hopefully they didn't see that. Anyways, so for this episode, it starts off actually with Liko and the others, and then Friede, still doing research on Terapagos. I like that. I like the little scene with Orla giving him his coffee or whatever. I don't know, it was really nice. And the one thing we find out here is that Orla is halfway done with repairing the Bravasagi. So she is 50% done. And another thing is that she might actually be adding a boost to it. So maybe we'll be getting to our locations or destinations a little bit faster now. That was a little interesting detail that I caught. So maybe that will come into play later on. But anyways, Liko, Roy, and Dot, they're on their way back to the academy, and they happen to run into Anne. And, yeah, this was kind of more of a small part in the episode, but it was really nice. I like how Anne's like, hey, let's all be friends. And she also meets Terapagos, so let's just hope she's not secretly an explorer and she's actually spying, because that would be bad. But it turns out that she has the goal of taking on the Pokemon League, so maybe she'll do that when she goes back to Kanto, or after she gets done with school. At the academy out there in Kanto, the Indigo Academy. So, that's kind of neat. She has her own goal of doing that, so I like it. Liko, just keep your goal. Roy, keep your goals. Let Anne be the one to take on the Pokemon League. Just saying. But anyways, Friede, he's doing his research on Terapagos, and he's he's struggling quite a bit, but he has a hunch, so he decides to call Liko and Roy, and he asks them, hey, when you saw the other hero Pokemon, you saw Lucius, was there like a purple, or not purple, a pink haze? And Liko was like, yeah, I remember that, I saw it. And then Friede's like, yep, it wasn't just me. Well, it turns out that this has to do with a substance known as the Eternal Blessing. So Friede decides to go back to his old company that he quit and get some information. He worked at a company called Exceed, which is located in Levincia, and it's kind of interesting because the company logo, people noticed that it was actually on the ship that Spinel was on back in episode 16. So I like the foreshadowing there. It was very subtle foreshadowing back then. So got to give some props to Pokemon Horizons for the subtle foreshadowing there. So I like it. But anyways, Friede meets up with the director. He actually asks if he can do research on the Eternal Blessing, because this is something that he only did a little bit of research on, or was only part of the team for a little bit before he left. So it was an ongoing project when he was basically working there, which was years ago at this point. And interesting enough, the director actually gives him permission to actually do some research on it, and even gives him his old key card, which I don't know, seems a little bit strange. Normally companies don't do that, but I guess Friede was very well respected there, so I was like, alright, do what you will. So he ends up hanging out with one of his old buddies from his research days. We actually get to see a picture of Friede back in the day, which is kind of I find neat. And they try looking in the Eternal Blessing, or Requiem, and yeah, it turns out that they can't do any further research. They're blocked out in it, so they're blocked out of it. So Friede's like, oh, I'm just gonna go look for myself. But it turns out somebody was eavesdropping on their conversation. I wonder who that could be. But anyways, Friede heads down to go find the Eternal Blessing, Requiem, and ends up running into a bunch of Pokemon who are there to, stop him. And he's like, what? Wasn't this place completely empty? This project was concluded, a long time ago, so there should be no one down here, guarding it or looking after it or whatnot. And then I like how Captain Pikachu ends up accidentally destroying one of the security cameras and sounds the alarm. So yeah, not good. But anyways, they go in there, and it turns out that the Requiem that was kept down there, that they were doing the company was doing research on, is gone. Somebody has taken it. So unfortunately, Friede didn't get there in time, so he has to escape. I wonder who could have stolen that. Oh, another detail I like in the episode is when someone mentioned it in the chat, when Cap was called cute by Friede's buddy. It started sneezing crazy, which carries over from that one episode where it was called cute, and it just kept sneezing. So I like that little detail there. But anyways, yeah, Friede is unable to do anything, but he's being spied on. Because our boy Spinel, it turns out that he happens to be an employee or a researcher at Exceed. Obviously, it makes sense since he was on that boat back in episode 16. So he's probably using that, while doing research, under the guise of doing research. So he's using, like, the company, products or, like, research or whatever. He's doing that, undercover as part of the Explorers probably, but it seems like he might actually have his own motives because, yeah, he stole the Requiem, and we find out at the end of the episode, the big bombshell was that Gibeon is Amethio's grandfather. Obviously, I covered that in my video, but there's a few other things here that are like really crazy because turns out that yeah, the Explorer's goal seems to be collecting Requiem, and awakening Terapagos to go to Rakua. What they want to do beyond that, I guess we'll find out. But it sounds not too good. It sounds like this. It might be maybe preserving Gibeon or something like that, because he is old. Probably wants to live eternally or something like that, because it is an eternal blessing, so maybe he just wants to live forever. But would that come to what cost would that come to, you know? Like, there's got to be like some catch to this all. Like, if they succeed in their plans, would it, you know, destroy the world or something like that, or cause great harm to the world or something? So I feel like that's kind of the direction we're heading. Another interesting thing here is that Amethio mentions that he's like, I'm not going to be like my father. I'm going to follow in my grandfather's footsteps. So, yeah, I definitely want that Amethio backstory episode, because who is Amethio's father now? Is he someone that defected from the explorers or something? And he wants nothing to do with them. He tried to raise Amethio to not be like them, and he ended up going back, or Amethio ended up going back to him or something. Like, what's going on there? Give me that backstory episode. I want it more than ever now. Don't just tell me this stuff and not follow it up. So please, backstory episode. Amethio is a lot more plot important now, so make him relevant, give him a good backstory, you know, make us, you know, actually care and, you know, like Amethio and his character and stuff like that. So yeah, I want that. I'm trying to think what else here. But Spinel seems to have taken the Requiem for himself, because Amethio gets Zirconconia to spy on him, and it seems like he left. And probably is taking it for his own. So Amethio failed with the Black Rayquaza plot and couldn't do anything about it. But he might actually have an ace up his sleeve, maybe exposing Spinel for, you know, plotting against the Explorers and Gibeon. Maybe that's what Amethio's gain is here. Maybe to get him in, you know, favor. Obviously, he has a resolve, and he wants to. He showed his resolve to Gibeon, so. Yeah, I'm very curious where we're going with Amethio. We haven't been focusing on with him so much this arc, along with Spinel, but I like how, you know, behind the scenes this is all going on while this arc is taking place. So that was really cool. That was really needed for Amethio and Spinel now, because yeah, what's he planning? Now we got another plot going on. Not only do we have the Explorers, but we have an Explorer that might be going rogue here. So what's Spinel planning? What is he planning, and what is it going to, you know, potentially, you know, entail? Like, what is his plans? Does he want world domination or what? So we got that now in the mix as well. Oh, and yeah, Liko and the others made it back to the academy, so we're gonna be fighting some Elite Four members here in the next few episodes. So there's that. But yeah, all this crazy stuff going on in this episode. So this was a great episode, like a very like plot important episode for the series. It just sets up so many things, reveals so many things. Like, obviously Friede failed in his mission to get in the Requiem, but it didn't matter because this all just set up, you know, all this stuff going on. So yeah, like this was just great. Now we have this anime exclusive company, Exceed, that's in Levincia. You know, we had some crumbs back in episode 16 showing the logo, so I feel like this company is going to, you know, be pretty important here. You know, Spinel's obviously affiliated with them. Friede was formerly affiliated with them, so I don't know. All of this is really cool. This is actually like something really cool for the Pokemon anime to do. It's something very new and unique, and I'm really liking it. I'm actually very intrigued about what's coming next with this plot line. Obviously, Orla's halfway done with the ship, so I don't know how much longer we're going to be doing the terrestrial course. It makes me think that maybe we got another like 10-ish episodes, 10, 15 episodes left of this arc, and then we're moving on, because Orla's getting halfway done with the ship, so the repairs for the ship, so there's that. Just keeping that in mind. But yeah, there is a lot of things to look forward to now, I think. I'm very intrigued about what's coming next. Terrestrial debut arc has been great so far. I'm very much enjoying this arc. Year 2 for Horizons has been off to a strong start. So let's keep it going, guys. It's been good so far, so let's keep the train rolling. So, overall, I thought this was a great episode in my opinion. It actually might be not, I wouldn't say it's like the best episode, but like when it comes to like story and like importance for the series, this is one of the most important episodes for the series moving forward, with so much stuff being revealed in it. And yeah, I'd probably give it like a solid like maybe like 8 or 9, honestly. Great episode. I look forward to the future of the series. And yeah, so now that I got that out of the way, how are you all feeling about this episode? What would you rate it? Let me know in the chat. Or if you're listening to this live discussion, after the fact, I would like to hear your rating in the comment section down below. Anyways, yeah, time to get caught up on the chat now. You should do a live reaction, bro. I wish I could. It's kind of a little bit trickier to do it for like this, for like Pokemon. I don't have access to the episodes anymore. The person that I would watch that was streaming the episodes can no longer do them. I think there's somebody else that does them now, but that was my source. I would also have to wake up early, and I would doing a live reaction. I would risk waking up my roommate. He'd probably walk out and tell me to be quiet. So, a live reaction would be fun. I just don't know how I'd be able to pull that off, And is still a bit suspicious. I don't trust her 100%. I'm a little bit on the fence too. I think right now it seems like there's like no signs pointing to it, but like there's a lot of things that kind of like seem a little bit too convenient. Like certain things like happening that like it's like, how did the explorers know that like Liko and Roy were in the caves of Gallert? Stuff like that. But so far she's not like showing anything that like might point her in that direction. Maybe it's subtle, or maybe like Spinel or something planted like a tracking device on her or something like that. Who knows? Or listening device. I don't know. There's multiple different reasons that could explain her, involvement with the explorers, whether it's subtle or not. Who knows? But yeah, I guess we'll find out in the future whether she is an explorer or not, or if it was just a red herring. Yo, Pokefan, what's up? How are you doing? Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm finally back home. And I'm back right into the grind here because I'm doing this, and then it's Father's Day. Gotta get some stuff and then hang out with the families. Hope you're all having a great day and a happy Father's Day. I enjoyed this episode. Personally, seeing Friede's backstory was interesting. I was just in pure shock. Amethio and Gibeon are related. Yeah, I'm still pretty... I wouldn't say I'm super surprised by that. Whoa. Okay, computer, please don't randomly pop up stuff like that. You're making me think that the whole thing's gonna crash. Oh, that scared me. But, anyways, back onto it. I kind of had a feeling that Amethio had some connection, or deeper connection to the explorers because of Terapagos' reaction back in episode 25 when it saw Amethio. It reacted very it had like a hostile reaction towards him. Kind of made me feel like there was something else there. Clawless, hi, what's up? Welcome in. How are you doing? I was right about Friede's previous job coming back into the plot. I see. That was like something that was kind of minor in that episode where it's just like, oh, he quit his job and now he's like, doing his own thing. But it turns out that his previous job, was more significant considering it's Exceed. Well, I will say the one thing that I kind of had a feeling they had a connection to the explorers, but they aren't like actually like the headquarters for the explorers, but like Spinel is associated with Exceed, so I feel like they're building to something here because Friede's a former employee and Spinel's a current employee, it seems. So now they have a little bit more of a dynamic going now, which I find to be kind of interesting. I have a Gibeon team prediction. It's contrast to Lucius' team. Shiny, Zygarde, Scovillion, Kanto Moltres, interesting. Gyarados, Scizor, and Gouging Fire. That's a pretty neat team. He could also have a Hisuian and a Zoroark too, because a lot of people have kind of pointed out that his hair kind of resembles one. Though that's to be seen if he has one or not. But if this guy is actually ancient, then maybe wouldn't be too much of a surprise, because it would mirror Cleavor being part of Lucius's team. Also, the Exceed company logo appeared in episode 16. Yeah, I mentioned that. People were quick to find that out too. So it kind of just shows you right there that that kind of shows further Spinel's association with them. So that's cool. My week's not been great. Won't go into it. Yeah, you're good. As for Father's Day, I've never seen my real dad since he doesn't like... Oh. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Just know that there are people out there that do love you, so... And you have friends. You have friends here in the chat, too, so... Don't forget that. There's also what Director Crave said about unable to disobey higher-ups. Yeah, I found that to be kind of interesting, so maybe there's something about that. Maybe, do you think maybe some of the higher-ups might be associated with the explorers, maybe? Maybe that's why Spinel's got the job there. Could be a connection, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I went a little on the nose with the opposites. I think Gibeon's team will be the opposite of Lucius's team. Probably. Or David, what's up? Welcome in. I'm just saying, Gibeon has pink eyes, and Lucius has blue eyes. Pink plus blue equals purple, and Metheo's eye color. Just saying. I think they're implying that Ametheo might be also related to Lucius too. Would that mean that Ametheo and Liko are related? Funny, this episode airs right before Father's Day, right? And where is Ametheo's father? That's the question. I feel like he just kind of dropped that, because it makes you wonder who Ametheo's father actually is now. Wow, we got a crowd here now. What's up, y'all? If you could hit that like button if you haven't already, I would definitely appreciate it. Helps bring people into the channel, more people in. We could, grow this community. And do this all the time. Would appreciate it. Anyways, I rate this episode 9 to 10, or 9 out of 10. That's pretty much about where I'm at with it, too. Oh, Derek. Hi, what's up? I do see you retract your message, but I do see you out there. What's up? People are theorizing that Crave is the father. You think so? I mean, I guess... Interesting. I gotta get a closer look at this guy then. I think I have Exceed up. I do. Okay, Crave. Let's see what we know about him. He is the director of Exceed and former boss of Friede. Wouldn't that be a twist? Alright, I'll let you drop that evidence. In the meantime, I gotta catch up on chat. I do have a weird head thought. What if they need to place all 6 Pokeballs on little stacks in the circle and place Terapagos in the middle, and then the balls charge Terapagos and they open a portal to Recrua? That honestly wouldn't be too far-fetched, if I'm being completely honest. Get it? Far-fetched? Puns. Anyways, I would not be surprised if they did something like that. It seems like the plot could indicate something like that. I'm just wondering what Recrua is. If it's gonna be something unique to the anime, or if it's Area Zero. Who knows? We'll find out, I guess, eventually. There are 2 shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Horizons. Yeah, shiny Zygarde, shiny Rayquaza. Some evidence of this includes he was shown to be married, okay. Has the dark hair, okay. And the timing of him showing up in the Metheo saying he's not like his father later in the episode. That would be something. I heard Metheo's dad is Mitchell, but the birth certificate was burned, so he's just pretending to not know. Oh, Pokefan, you caught me red-handed. Okay, yep. That's just my my son, Metheo. You know, I've tried to kind of get him, to come to the good, the light side, but he's an angsty teenager now. So what are you gonna do? I'm just trying to be, the best father ever to him, and he's just doing this all to me. I worry about him all the time. Okay, he is my son after all, and I want to save him, bro. He's my son. My father-in-law, Gibeon. He's not the nicest guy, yo. Just trying to protect my son, okay? Alright, anyways, jokes aside, the eyes may not match, but that could mean that he may be a son-in-law. Yeah, it could be like Gibeon's daughter, is Metheo's mother or something like that, and his father married into the family. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. I'll be honest with you guys. I was only able to watch the episode pretty much after I got home from my trip this weekend. So I'm still kind of trying to take in everything, because I feel like this is one of those episodes where even though we've just watched it, we got the subtitles, we watched it now. I feel like we might be revisiting this episode, later down the road to be like, oh, this was, teased in this episode, 20 episodes down the road kind of thing. And just, I feel like this is one of those things where you could, there might be some foreshadowing even here that, later on you're like, oh, I remember this from episode 54, neat, So, yeah, this is one of those episodes. This is probably one of the most important episodes in the series so far. Probably a lot more important than I was expecting it to be. But then again, anything with Terapagos and Friede researching it, was bound to, give us a bunch of information. And this, honestly, was what I was looking forward to going back to Paldea. This is what I wanted. I'm like, yep, I want to see some research on Terapagos and, kind of figure out some things. And we got it. We finally got it. This episode was amazing, by the way. Yes, it was. In regards to Anne, I would just die laughing if she just shows up later, buff as heck from the league training and battles, and her team is just stacked with Hisuian, Samurott, Sandslash, and whatever else she gets. Oh boy, that's scary. I love the lore drops and the suspense and tone was so well handled. I agree. I'm just really curious to see where we're going with Spinel. Like, is he taking the Requiem for himself? I like how Friede was like, behind. Like, he finally figured out. He's like, oh, he connected the dots, and by the time he connected the dots, the explorers were already ahead of him, specifically Spinel. So, unfortunately, he was a little late to the mark. But hey, that kind of adds to the suspense, because now it's just like, well, someone on the other side has the Requiem, so I think the implication here, because like the pink mist and stuff like that, I feel like that's a substance that's associated with the hero, so technically we might, have that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I was to say, Friede can like maybe do some research on the heroes that we have or something. I'm still sus of Anne, but only because there's still the issue of the cave situation and the explorers knowing Liko had the pendant. Yes, I agree. Yeah, because like they just happened to know it was Liko that had the pendant. So they had to have gotten that information. They had to find that out somehow. And it is very convenient that, they were there, It was after Anne saw the pendant. And it was kind of emphasized in this episode that, like, Anne was like, oh, you look great with that pendant, I didn't realize it was a Pokemon and stuff like that, It is a little bit convenient for her to say that, so it's kind of hard to say whether, she is an explorer or not. I do want to see more of her during this arc, though. Maybe she heads with us to the next set of gym leaders. That would be cool. Get some more time with her. I think what would really determine things is if Anne ends up running into the explorers themselves. Because to my knowledge, we haven't seen Anne and any of the explorers like together, like at the same time. Though that could change with the upcoming episode, since she's back at the academy and Sango's in the preview with Larry. So, there's that. So I guess maybe we'll see them interact soon. Maybe, who knows? I wonder what Spinel has to gain from all of this. Not sure. He's got to be plotting something, if he's going to, go off on his own, and go rogue. So does Requiem exist in the game? Because, spoilers, Terapagos uses its time-altering mist to summon Sada Toro before their accident that killed them. So, yeah, that was something that I noticed in the game that, kind of never really was, like, explained. So I don't know, how this is gonna work, further in the anime, but in the games that was like the only hint, which was kind of a little bit of a letdown, just saying. But we know that Spinel has more leverage. Yes, he does. I actually believe that Metheo isn't evil like his grandfather, and also has other intentions that differ from his grandfather's. Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily like evil. Like, he might be believing that what he's doing is for the greater good. Maybe Gibeon isn't telling him everything too. So maybe they are under the impression that what they're doing is good. Then again, some of the explorers, not necessarily like good people. Sango is just like a little gremlin over here and is just an agent of chaos, so there's that. Spinel obviously has his own, motivations too. Man, we got 13 people here. Wow, what's up, y'all? I think this might be the most I've had for one of these streams. Cool. We got one more like to get the... Oh, actually, no, we're at 10. Yes! Thank you, everyone, for getting us to 10 likes. Let's work our way up to 15 now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. No. Against the explorers. Yep. Not making a joke here. Could she be Sango's daughter or relative? Sango is old enough to have a daughter. Sango looks like she's the same age as Liko, though. Maybe a relative. Maybe a cousin or something. They both have fangs. I also believe his grandfather liked to him about his father. True. Megastone X, AMV, hey, what's up? Welcome in. Anne will be a good rival for Liko, yeah. I think that they bounce off one another very well. You know, with Anne's very outgoing personality versus Liko's more meek personality. I like how she also noticed that Liko's a lot more confident now. I think that was a really nice detail in the episode. A change from when they first met. I like how the show keeps building on the parallels between Lucius, Liko, and Gibeon and the Methio. Yes, I'm really liking that too. Liko and Lucius are connected, Gibeon and Methio are connected too, so it's really neat. Now, for the record, you did have to bring it to... Not for the record, you did have to bring it to the Crystal Pool and Kitakami for it to activate, so maybe there's some Requiem in the Kitakami at the pool, maybe. We just don't get an in-game explanation for that, though. Unless I'm missing something. This episode also makes me think Lucius is alive. He might be. Maybe he's alive in Rakua or something like that, or trapped or something. Who knows? Maybe the explorer's goal is to save him. Oh, it feels more like Gibeon's trying to preserve himself in some way or something. Maybe the Requiem causes him to live eternally or something. Hence why it's the eternal blessing. Especially with him, but what about Sango? There's no way she is Sango, but maybe a twin sister to Sango, perhaps. Let's see. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. It's Father's Day. I got a few things going on here, but I figured I would do this stream here for you guys. Did get back from a trip, so I'm a little exhausted, but I'm hanging in there. How are you? But only if we assume if the pink mist is what keeps you from aging. He does for an old guy or whatever. His face doesn't look like it's wrinkly or anything, so that was something I noticed. So maybe he is eternally youngish or something. I don't know. Yeah, she's definitely not Sango. What do you think about Shiny Zygarde? I am very intrigued by the Shiny Zygarde. I wonder how that's going to come to play later on. I think that might tie into ZA, depending on when ZA actually comes out. Oh, Liko, you're a lot more confident. Now you're going to ruin my plans! I've seen people speculate that the Eternal Blessing could be related to AZ and, more importantly, his Floretta, especially with Pokemon Legends ZA releasing soon. I don't think we have a release date for that yet. I think it's just 2025. It could be early next year, though. I just prefer them to take their time with the games. They need to take more time with their games, though. That's just me, though. That's why I said it depends on when ZA releases. There's also an interesting question Liko brought up about Terapagos wanting to take them to Rakua. Personally, I suspected for a while Terapagos wants to take Liko specifically. That could be the case. Terapagos is the one that wants to lead Liko to Rakua. To reunite with, not reunite, but find Lucius or something. I meant lie, We seriously are in dire need of news for that game because we haven't had anything since the teaser trailer. So since we haven't had any new information, more than likely we are probably going to learn more about that game at the next Pokemon Presents. Typically, they do Pokemon Presents in February around Pokemon Day, and then in August. That's kind of been the pattern for the last few years, I've noticed. They usually do it like twice a year. I don't know if there's any other like periods where they had another Pokemon Presents. Someone might know in the chat. If you're aware of that stuff, you can post it in the chat. But to my knowledge, it's February and August when they do their Pokemon Presents. And if we're going to have one in August, I feel like that's when we're going to get some more information on ZA. Maybe like some gameplay, maybe just some information, and maybe even a release date. Or even like a range or something like that. You know, like first, second quarter 2025, third quarter 2025, kind of like that thing. So if we're going to get anything for ZA, I suspect that it would be the next Pokemon Presents, which I presume will be like August sometime. I'll look into that sometime. In fact, does Bulbapedia have a thing for Pokemon Presents? Because I'm on Bulbapedia. I was researching Exceed before I actually did this stream, so let's see. Pokemon Present. If I can type Presents. Okay, yep. Alright, this year we had it February 27th. Since 2021, it's been in February and August. In 2020, we had one in January, June, which surprisingly it was in January, June, and June again. Really? Why was that? Oh, it was that one announced Pokemon Unite. That was kind of weird. In 2019, they had 3 February, May, June. 2018 just May. 2017 just June. 2016 February. 2015 September. The first Pokemon Presents was in January of 2013, and they had one in September that year. So the last 3 years, it's been February and August. So my presumption would be August. If they decide to bring it back in June, I wouldn't, be opposed to that. But I'm just going on patterns. I would expect it in the next one to be in August. So, anyways, people keep saying they're one person, which I don't believe. I'll never forget the Unite one. Everyone woke up for nothing and was upset. I even sat at breakfast mad. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was going to say, I remember that now. That was 4 years ago now. Really? That was that long ago. Okay. Why is time flying? Time, stop flying. I remember that because I was going to say, like, a lot of people were upset about that. You saw a lot of people, like, people outside of, the PokeTubers that were talking about it and were basically criticizing it. I mean, they ain't wrong. I mean, it's a decent game. It just, it has a lot of problems. But yeah, I remember that now. I remember being confused about it too. I was like, really? Not gonna lie, I would love to see Ash return. I would probably say again my preference would be in a movie format rather than the series. I just don't know how they could fit him into Horizons, especially with how the plot is building kind of its own unique take on things. So a movie route would be better if we bring back movies. We haven't had a movie in like 4 years about, which is kind of crazy. It's been that long. Going on 4 years, I think. We're up to 14 people. What's up, everyone? Or 11. Keep shifting. What if Cap isn't allergic to being called cute, but he's allergic to people's... It's a joke from a popular Pokemon fan, or popular fan show on YouTube called Pokemon Talk. That'd be funny. He sees that, and that's what he's actually allergic to. That'd be funny. I want to also say that this episode made me pause and say to myself, am I watching Pokemon? Yeah, it really doesn't feel like it. It doesn't, I mean, Pokemon has never had like this like serious of a plot that like revolved around the entire series. Like whenever you had like plots like this, it was usually like contained in like a small set of episodes. Like, you know, I mean, Team Flare, for example, was throughout the series, but like the Team Flare arc, you know, was 5 episodes. Whereas this is building up to something big. And the whole, you know, series revolves around it. Whereas that was kind of more of a subplot in X and Y. Or like the Necrozma arc in Sun and Moon. Or like, that was 4 episodes. You know, and other arcs within the series. But this is going on throughout the whole series. So it's definitely sticks out and definitely a lot different for Pokemon. I like it though. Unite has seriously fell off. I tried it and I just couldn't get into it. I mean, I used to stream it all the time and, you know, I got burnt out from it. And from my understanding, it has gotten worse since I quit. So I think I made the right choice. Will there be specials episodes in Pokemon Horizons? I mean, we could get special episodes. I'm not, you know, opposed to that. Maybe we get like solo episodes for some of the, you know, characters or something, you know, at the end. Maybe an episode for Roy or something, or Dot, or, you know, Liko or something. Just kind of as, you know, like a extra episode to be like, oh, this is what they're doing, you know, after they all separated kind of thing. They could do that. Who knows? Or they could do like something like, you know, the Legends Arceus thing that Journeys did. And have like a couple episodes that are special. That is a possibility, but who knows? Secrets of the Jungle was the last true movie. I know. Didn't think that would be it. And I still haven't watched it either. Besides clips. Maybe one day. I'm not the biggest fan of the Pokemon movies, but yeah. Oh, Breath of the Wild, Lost Woods. Nice. The reason why he reacted that way is because he hates compliments which he received. Yep. And I love that. Horizons. I love that Pokemon Horizons too. I would love if they pull a Lego Dimensions and the Kibito Rikua is just something small and seems unimportant, but it activates a chain of events that's world altering, just like how Lord Vortex used the green plate to cause unprepared damage to a multiverse. Oh, that's cool. That would be neat. It's a great juxtaposition because most of this arc is pretty lighthearted, so seeing this makes me giddy. Yeah, I mean, if I do think it's funny because like it feels like the series shifted away from like that serious plot where it's like, oh, you know, we're doing the terrestrial course and, you know, we're having so much fun with it, you know, we're battling our gym leaders and stuff, and, you know, but there's stuff going on behind the scenes. Like the explorers haven't given up; they're just monitoring Liko and kind of just, you know, keeping up on them. But seeing this kind of just shows, it kind of takes you back to the plot where it's like, okay, yeah, this is still happening. Don't forget about this. This is still important. Compliments are both a blessing and a curse, lol. True. I think Ash could return as the champion, and like maybe next year or two, even just sit even for just one episode or two. See, I don't want to say like outright no, that's not gonna happen, but if they're gonna bring him back, it has to be done, like it has to be perfect, I guess is the way. It's kind of hard to say, but like if he comes back for an episode, I worry that people are gonna get mad and complain that, oh, all he gets is one episode. You know, even if he gets like a string of episodes, they're gonna get mad because it's gonna be like, oh, we want Ash, you know, bring him back again. When's he coming back? You know. So I feel like, you know, there is a certain risk to bringing him back, which is why I say if you bring him back in a movie, you know, that's fine. You can kind of get away with that, you know, and not have it affect the, you know, main series. But who knows? There could be ways to address it, but yeah. I just worry that I just worry how the fandom would react, you know. We don't need another big, toxic outbreak on Twitter.com or X or whatever you want to call it these days. Like, they're having fun, but like, you still realize that there's still these dangerous people currently stalking a girl. Yeah, when you put it that way, yeah. Kind of brings it back to reality, you know. I mean, maybe Liko and Roy could meet him. I know Roy loves to battle, and we found out that Anne wants to compete in the Pokemon leagues. I mean, that's true. Though, unfortunately, Anne's not like a main character. Like, she is kind of a character that exists in the series, but it'd be cool if maybe we watch one of her matches or something. As long as she's not like secretly part of the Explorers. You should go Pokemon Cerebi. I go on Cerebi sometimes. I use it for the episode discussions that I do. That's where I get the snippets for the episode titles and summaries. I specifically go there. They got the details. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Welcome in. Everyone say hi to Kevin. And my voice just cracked right there. I feel Ash's cameo people will expect him to come back as the main See? You just named it right there. Because that's what people want, him just back as the main character, and they want to dump Liko and Roy. So that's another fear I have, is that people are going to be like, no, we don't want this, we want Ash, So that's why I say there's a certain risk to bringing Ash back. Batman was just like, that's it? All this for a green square? Immediately as Vortex stepped in it, he turned their friends into a hybrid robot monster and then proceeded to almost rip the fabric of space and time apart and reshape it in his image. Oh boy. That's Lego? That's crazy, yo. I watched Secrets of Jungle and we still don't know who Ash's dad is. RIP. I love Bulbapedia myself. I utilize Bulbapedia, but, I utilize both. I feel like it's only a matter of time until the ball drops. Right. Only a matter of time. How was your trip? Oh, it was fun. I do have a bit of a sunburn on my face. So, a little bit of a sting, but it's okay. It's probably one of the better places to get burnt for me. If I get burnt on my knees or like on my back, it is awful. So, I'll take in a small sunburn on my face. This one will heal pretty fast. But yeah, I went to the beach, got some ice cream, did a lot of walking, did a lot of swimming. It was fun. Can't wait to go on the next one. Even as a huge Ash fan, I'm someone who thinks he doesn't need to return for the series. A movie would be nice, but otherwise, no. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, just because I feel like with the way Horizons is structured and kind of the story it's telling, it doesn't fit an Ash return. I kind of also feel like we need to respect their decision to retire Ash, and kind of be like, oh, this is Ash's final chapter in the Pokemon anime. Because I feel like they did that for a specific reason. They didn't say that for no reason. They're like, yes, he's seriously, his story's over. But again, I don't mind a cameo in a movie. Have him come back, and they work together, and then the movie has its own plot line that doesn't affect the main series. And that's how you could work something like that. It just makes it so that people aren't too upset, that oh, when's he coming back? When's he coming back? But yeah, you just got to be careful with that stuff, because if you ruin a legacy character's return, people aren't going to be happy about that, and that's going to cause controversy, and that's the last thing we need happening. So Yeah. I feel like there's so many questions for next gen, but he's not going to be the main character again. Yeah. Sunburn. I sunburn real bad. Gotcha. Alvera is magic. It really is. I think I have some that I might apply before I actually head out here, but it's not like stinging super bad at the moment. I might put it a little bit on my face and neck before I go, though. It'll help, though. Anyways, that's all I have to say for now. This episode was amazing. Oh, and before I go, I saw this amazing Horizons edit, and I recommended it. Go ahead and send that over to me. You can either forward it over to me on Twitter, or you can send it to me on Discord, whatever you want to do. I don't know if you can DM me on Discord, but that's another possibility. Whichever way you want to do it, I'm fine with. But yep, I would like to see this edit now that you dropped that. So, but thank you so much for joining, Claw Liz. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure, and I guess we'll see you in the next one, which I think will be on Saturday this time around. Why do we have a lo-fi remix of this song? That's funny. Those Ashy fans need to relax and take a chance. I agree. Will they go to Pallet Town? Unless we really need to talk to Professor Oak, I'm not sure. As of right now, I would say no. I went to Florida as a kid and I got sun poisoning. It was horrible. Elvira saved me. Yikes. I've had some really bad sunburns too. They're not fun. I want a cameo. I miss Team Rocket and would love to see Jesse's Wobbuffet evolve. Woobat evolved. Gotcha. It's like Wobbuffet. I don't think it evolves. As long as... Oh. I'll catch up with you. That movie was good. Gotcha. Y'all ever seen the Family Guy where Stewie was addicted to tanning and he stayed for too long and was sunburnt beyond belief? It was both funny and very sad. Yeah, I believe I've seen that. Ooh. There's also the Ed, Edd and Eddy episode where they got really badly sunburned. And Ed kept slapping them and they're sunburned. Thank you, Claw Liz. I will take a look at it here shortly. Let's see what you got for me. Oh, is this Smiling Friends? I will watch that after this stream's done. But thank you so much. Smiling Friends is funny. As long as they go to Lola, Ashy boy will return that place as his home. Yeah. The question is, are we going to go to Alola? I think I've stated before, like, I was kind of expecting Lapras. If we were going to go anywhere, it'd be Alola for Lapras, and then we got it pretty much in Galar. So, my question would be, what reason would we need to go to Alola? For, like, the plot that this series is building to. Because I don't think we're necessarily going to visit every region. Just a few of them that are, like, relevant. Like, Sinnoh, we got to go there for Cleavor, probably. I would assume, at least. And Johto for Entei. Alola would be nice, but... yeah, they can't really avoid seeing Kukui or anybody else in that area. Johto is definitely trending on a possible Ash cameo. I didn't like and aim to be a Pokemon master. They didn't gouge what region or town he was in or certain Pokemon living together was totally inaccurate. Yeah, I agree. There's like the only time we kind of knew where he was at was that one episode where he was literally in Galar. In the that one forest. And then I think there was one episode that was implied to be in Viridian City. But I'd have to go back and check. I haven't watched those episodes in a while. The only real reason I can think of Alola now is an Ultra Wormhole opening up to Rikua, but the issue is they can be opened anywhere. See? That's why I say I don't necessarily think we're going to Alola. Like, I feel like the time has kind of come and gone for that, because I was expecting it to be, Lapras being an Alola or something like that. Because I figured, when they revealed that, I'm like, okay, they're going to be scattered. I wasn't expecting Lapras to be in Galar alongside Galarian Moltres. Seems kind of quick for us to, run into another hero, but, whatever. There's no way they're going to Alola. I can't wait for them to leave Paldea. I'm not a fan of it. I get there's a Paldea fans who get to enjoy the region. I feel deprived. I love Galar so much. I mean, I'm going to just say this again. I think I've said this before, but, like, I know the series kind of takes place across various different regions, but seeing as Paldea is the most recent region, it's the biggest region, I kind of want them to, take as much time here, because Journeys did not do a good job with Galar. I mean, it got more representation than the other regions featured, but then again, we were in those other regions for, like, a whole series, and Galar didn't get a whole series. It got chunks. And then the Masters 8 tournament, we were there for, multiple episodes. And then that one aimed to be a Pokemon Master episode. So it kind of got underutilized, and that was kind of disappointing to me. We didn't even get the Isle of Armor. We got a little bit Crown Tundra, but no Isle of Armor. And we were even missing some Pokemon, too. So, like, I don't want Horizons to do the same thing. Like, at least give us, like, a decent amount of time in, Paldea before we move on. We even got some more Galar in this series, so kind of made up slightly for the lack of Galar representation. Added a little bit more, but we're still missing a lot from Galar. I always wanted Ash to have a proper main canon battle against Ho-Oh, like 1v6, and Ash wouldn't have to catch it either. Yeah, that would have been cool. We saw more of Galar in Horizons and Journeys. We did see a lot of Galar in Horizons. Almost as many episodes, I think, maybe. Because we had, like, 2 episodes here and there. And then before the Masters 8, where we had a bunch of episodes. So it practically almost caught up to Journeys just in that like, arc. Is this Secret of Mana? It is. Weird thought. Are the 6 heroes either Titans, Alphas, Totems, or something else that corresponds with big Pokemon that isn't, Dynamax, Gigantamax? I don't know. I'm assuming that Orbolivia is Titan because it's, bigger than it should be, but, I don't know. We never really got that explanation that it was a munching on, whatever that, the Herba Mystica or whatever. Never got that context. It's the only thing we can, say is, oh, maybe it did. And that's why it's so big. Maybe Anne is under mind control. Maybe you think maybe Spinel had something to do with that? Maybe she's unintentionally, like, part of the Explorers for that. I have a hard time seeing that, though. I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of hard to implement into the series. Go and company went to the Crown Tundra, and it was just for the Reggie Temples. I was so hyped for the Regigigas battle, but they literally didn't do it. Yeah, that was kind of a wasted opportunity. I think they would go to Alola to meet, did you say Ashy Boy? Is that what you meant? Interesting. When Dot caught Tink, she wasn't in Galar. I read that it was an exclusive town made for the anime. I think it wasn't an exclusive town for the anime, but to my knowledge, but Tinkatink is from Paldea. Oh. We have Fizzle Wizard here. 10 out of 10. So now that you said 10 out of 10, why is it a 10 out of 10? And don't say it's because Iona wasn't in the episode. By the way, she's going to be in next week's episode, or this week's episode, I should say now. So get ready for more Iona, Nick. By the way, Matt's out of his room, so get ready to say hi, everyone. I'm feeling like Spinel still really wants to do something way worse than what Gibeon and the others planned. I love Spinel. Do you feel he is related to Gibeon? I know it's a long shot. So for Pokefan, yeah, I feel like Spinel might actually be the one we might want to be more concerned about. But it just depends on what Gibeon wants with the Requiem, wants with Terapagos. There's got to be something that some reason why they want this. Oh, there he goes. Never mind. I don't think Spinel is related to Gibeon. He kind of feels like. I guess my question would be why would he, be doing things on his own if he's related to Gibeon? I feel like he would be, working alongside him. But who knows? Spinel is kind of his own character, so maybe he wants to just do things for himself. Nice. Final Fantasy VII music. I just feel like it's a petty revenge plot. Like he just wants to get back at Lucius for probably leaving him, and that's why Gibeon is so obsessed. That could be the case. More to come. Spinel is the best explorer. I wish he got more attention like Amethio. Well, I feel like he is getting a decent amount of attention, just because really. But what I was trying to say is Spinel is there's an emphasis. There's been an emphasis on him and him possibly having ulterior motives. He doesn't like Amethio, and Amethio is Gibeon's grandson. So having something against Gibeon's grandson, kind of could cause some problems down the road. So I don't know. I feel like he's getting a pretty decent focus, despite not having a major role in this arc. Obviously, this episode added a lot of importance for him, and now he has the Requiem. So Amethio is going to be going after him, and that's kind of going to be what's going on in the background as this arc's going on and proceeding. So I guess we'll see. Because Dewat was cute, that's why it's a 10 out of 10. That's it. I love Dewat, one of my favorite Unova Pokemon. Gotcha. Are you getting food with Matt and I later on 5? Today's Father's Day, so I'm unfortunately doing stuff with family today, so I can't today. You guys are on your own. I literally, after this stream ends, I gotta pretty much get ready and head to the store and pick up some stuff, and I'm pretty much gonna be there probably until later tonight. And that's pretty much been my weekend. Not even a moment's rest. Besides a little bit before this stream. What can I say? I'm a workaholic. I do need to take some time off of work here. Just so I can preserve my mental health. Paldea would have been better if they made that town Dot caught Tink and Scarlet and Violet feels like they would have made the game better. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of anime exclusive towns. I mean, they can utilize it just to kind of flesh out the regions a little bit more, but I feel like if you do have these towns and you're not like utilizing it, it is kind of a problem. So, you know, don't just ignore like these areas and locations, you know. Actually showcase them. Don't give us like anime exclusive like towns and stuff. I mean, Exceed is an anime exclusive company, but it's in Levencia, so it kind of adds more to Levencia, for example. So if you have the characters catch Pokemon in, you know, towns in the series, have them catch it in a town that, you know, is going to be shown off, and don't skip out on towns. Even though the towns in the Scarlet and Violet games, honestly, if we're being honest, you know, weren't really the best. They kind of feel like a little barren. And there's a lot to be desired, in my opinion. So hopefully in Gen 10 they fix towns. Does Amethio know he has the Requiem? I feel like he's not smart enough to get it from Spinel. It would be an interesting battle. I believe that Amethio is aware of what Spinel is doing. I'm guessing that the explorers must be aware of the Requiem at Exceed, because they were spying on Spinel, who happens to work there, and they basically found that he took off. So I think the implication there is, yeah, they know that he has the Requiem. So Amethio's next goal is to get it from Spinel and expose him. So, yeah. Is YouTube your full-time job or part-time? It's not really a job. It's kind of more of a hobby, honestly. I don't make money from YouTube besides donations. Unfortunately, I have the subscriber amount for it, but I do not have the watch time. You have to have 4,000 hours of watch time to get ads and stuff like that. So I currently don't make money from YouTube in that regard. The only way I make money is through donations. But I don't like beg for that stuff, and I don't necessarily need it. So, but I have a full-time job outside of YouTube. It's a 9 to 5. It's pretty much in my field, but it pays the bills. It would be really cool if, you know, I could do YouTube full time and, you know, not have to worry about that stuff, but I would have to be significantly bigger as a YouTuber, like 10 to 100, you know, I'd say 100 times my current audience is what I would need to be a full-time YouTuber. This would have to be like, we got 6 current viewers right now. I'd have to have a couple hundred, for example. But yeah. It'd be cool to do YouTube full-time, but for now, it's not really possible for me, unfortunately. I'm too small of a channel to pull something like that off. You're just like Lloyd, man. Barely no sleep and all work for the mission of Horizon and Operation Recrua. Yep, that's pretty much me. I just don't get a break, you know. I work, and then I do YouTube, and then do other stuff, because everyone wants me to do everything. It's fun. Although I do need a break here, too. I do have to plan my summer vacation, like an actual week off here, coming up in July. I like, need it. Badly. I've taken days off here and there, but a week off is, like, needed badly. I mean, they've been to Kanto, Galar, Paldea, and soon, I'm sure, Sinnoh, Hisui. I definitely think that this series will go beyond a few more years than expected, and that means other regions they haven't seen. It's gonna depend. I mean, this series is not structured like any other prior Pokemon anime, but but like considering we only need 2 more heroes, and I don't see the Terrestrial debut arc going on for I feel like this arc is meant to be like a 20-25 episode arc. That's pretty much been the range for the other 2 chapters, so I can see that being the case here. So I feel like once we're done here, we're back on the road, or on the ship, I should say. And then we're off to probably Sinnoh. So, I mean, this series could go on for, you know... My prediction right now is 2 more years, but we'll see. Who knows? Funny enough, Dot caught Quaxley either in or outside of Levincia. However, according to the dex, Quaxley isn't even native to Paldea, despite being a native starter. I haven't paid attention to its dex entry. That's interesting. Then where did it come from? To be honest, Spinel is more trusted by Gibeon than his own grandson? Oof, that stings. There's 104 days of summer vacation and nobody has the time for it now because it's super unrealistic. And what a good way to spend it. Like, maybe. Yep. I feel old with that reference. I mean, it's, the sucky thing about, you know, growing up and getting jobs is, you know, that becomes a big part of your life. Though sometimes you might have fun with it, but, you know, it is what it is. I just my job basically is it's enough to sustain me, so I'm good with it. And in addition to that, I do work remotely, so due to that remote work, I am able to actually, you know, put some work, you know, and get my videos out faster, or like even my live stream setup, because if I were in the office still, wouldn't be able to do that. I'd have to wait until I get out of work, which is what I used to have to do back prior to the pandemic. And then pandemic hit, and yeah, it's been a lot easier since then. People complain about Sword and Shield, but the scenery was beautiful. Barcelona, Spike Move. You can get that in Scarlet and Violet. The game scenery looked the same. Feel like 2 years due to the dub being late. I feel like we'll get 2 years. I do think that Sword and Shield has better scenery. I'm just personally, I don't want to get too into it, but I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon on Switch. Besides, like maybe like Arceus. That's probably the best Pokemon game on Switch. I'm just mixed on how Switch has kind of been for Pokemon. For me, Gens 1 through 5 is like my favorite Pokemon games, and then after that it kind of just starts to, we fall into, you know, Mega Evolution comes into play with Gen 6, and it kind of just is like, oh, next generation we gotta get a new gimmick. Oh, next generation's out, new gimmick. So, you know, I kind of feel like we've kind of fallen into that, like we gotta have a gimmick every generation, and, you know, some are hit, some are miss, so, yeah. I don't know. The dub is catching up really quick. Yeah. You are a great YouTuber. Oh, really? Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, that means a lot. Yeah, Ninel, Kelly, Elite Trainer Mark, and you for Pokemon. Nice, thank you. Hogo Go animation is cool though. I'm not familiar. We need a new Friede capture episode. You know, he does need another Pokemon besides having Pikachu and Charizard. Give him something else. A non-Kanto Pokemon, please and thanks. Yo, Jeffro, what's up? Switch Pokemon games are lazy. Yeah. Yeah. I like the Arceus, but I don't know. I've been kind of just mixed on a lot of things. I just think that like being stuck in this 3-year cycle for each generation is holding the series back, especially now that we're not on handheld anymore. I get that Switch is hybrid, but still. It just doesn't really work out, and kind of how we got Scarlet and Violet having the problems it has. Yeah. This is why Gen 10, we need a little bit more time in the kitchen and make sure that what we cook actually, you know, comes out good and not have glitches everywhere. That's kind of the biggest problem I've had with Pokemon. I don't know. For me, I really liked Black and White and Black and White 2. Those are probably like the last like really good Pokemon games. Not saying that everything but beyond that has been bad, but yeah. Sun and Moon are alright too. I really like the 3DS games, especially Gen 7 and ORS. Okay. Gotcha. I'm more of a... I guess I'm not the biggest fan of ORS. But, you know, to each their own, I suppose. I would like a chart at. I totally see Friede or Roy getting it. I would like that. That'd be cool. Switch wasn't a step up from 3DS, and it should have been. Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, I know that ZA is coming out here soon, in next year. I just hope that, like, I thought Arceus was decent, so I'm kind of expecting this to be pretty decent as well. But we're getting the next console here in the next year or so. So hopefully when we go into the next console, you know, things will get better. Fingers crossed. Gen 1 and 2 for me. I like them. Gen 3 is my personal favorite. Gen 2 was really good for, you know, improving a lot on Gen 1. I do like Gen 2 a lot though. Going between Kanto and Johto. That was really cool. And we have Iwata to thank for that one. The man, the myth, the legend. I didn't care about the glitches in Scarlet and Violet like every single person complained about. The Pokemon designs and scenery was boring. I like new Pokemon designs. Galar was leaked. The new Pokemon design. I remember that. I think it was like a week or two before Sword and Shield dropped. Like the entire game just leaked. Like everything leaked. And I want to say, if I remember correctly, this is going back like almost 5 years ago. Didn't like the leakers like fight with one another and then they ended up getting sued? And actually got actually hurt by that lawsuit or something. I heard that they had to pay a lot of money. So, oof. Might want to be careful with that and, you know, not cause fights with one another again. Or at least maybe do something better next time. Or maybe just not leak the game. Yeah, don't do that. Lol. Speaking of games, I can't wait to get Spy X Anya in a few days. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The only issue is it's still not on pre-order for Switch on the eShop, so I might have to go physical and miss the bonus pre-order items. Oof. I meant to say peak. Oh, that's what you meant to say. I misread that. I was like, oh, yeah, the game did leak, so. I like some of the designs in Galar. I don't know. For me, Sword and Shield were not the best games. But I did like Crown Tundra. Isle of Armor was alright. Crown Tundra was probably the best part of the game. That, and it does contain the best character in the game, Peony. AKA Penny's father. Implied father. Speaking of which, we never saw Peony in Journey, so can we, like, get Peony to show up in Horizons, maybe? Maybe not, probably too late. I remember printing the whole new Gen 8 Pokemon list on my school computer, and me and my friend were losing it looking through as class ended. What a day. James Turner, the Pokemon designer, is not bad. He is a good artist. His art style is not like Ken Sugimori. I think Turner has a more complex detail of the Pokemon designs. He's no longer with the company, too. Yeah, I'll say he is a good designer. I'll give him that. I believe he actually, I forget what Pokemon all he designed. I know Golurk was one of them. Poipole, I know he designed Poipole. And it ended up getting, it was basically featured in the anime, too. And did Poipole show up in the anime before Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, or was that after? No, I think that might have been after. Yeah, but James Turner is pretty good. And he needs to take more time to perfect them instead of rushing his workers. Poltergeist. Oh, he designed Poltergeist? T-Geist? Really? I mean, oh, alright. We're gonna have to Bulbapedia this. James Turner. He actually, I think it's funny, like, he, on Twitter, he sometimes draws Kirby. Which I think is funny. Shadow Lugia. Oh, really? Vanillite line, Golett, Volabie, Manibuzz. Oh, Trevenant? He designed Trevenant. Interesting. Oh, he designed Buzzhole. Bruxish, Guzzlord, Poipole, Naganadel. Gigantamax Pikachu, Gigantamax Gengar, Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Linoon, Sizzlepede, Sensiscorch, Gigantamax Sensiscorch, Sinistea, Poltegeist, he did. Obstagoon. Oh, Paldean Tauros. Oh, I forgot there was different breeds for Paldean Tauros. The Donzo. Katsurgiri. Oh. And he's no longer with the company now, so that means he won't be designing any future Pokemon unless they got him as a freelance. Yeah, someone literally just posted all the pictures on the compiled chart, and I printed the copy during the lunch break before it potentially got taken down. If I remember correctly, I was at work, went to lunch, went on Twitter, someone just had to say, oh, by the way, be careful, Sword and Shield just leaked. And I'm like, oh, it couldn't have leaked. Click. I see Eternatus, and it's like, in that form it takes when you fight it. I see like a bunch of Pokemon, and I'm like, I'm like, yep, the game leaked. That's for sure. Tarsugi, yep. I think Turner is still with Pokemon. I'm not sure. I think just Pokemon shirts for Pokemon Center. Can Turner freelance? Maybe. Because I was under the impression that he left. Because I thought he left the Pokemon Company. In fact, I'm on his page right now, so I could look at it right now. On June 9, 2022, Turner announced that he had left Game Freak to form his own game studio. All possible futures. This was a change that he had decided upon during the pre-production phase of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, shortly following the end of Sword and Shield's development. So, yeah, he's doing his own thing now. I mean, he could freelance, but I feel like he might be a little, preoccupied with his new studio. I wonder what he's developing. Granted, they just formed that, so all possible futures. Interesting. I remember when Eternatus was rumored and everyone thought it was made up. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what? I think I remember that now. Well, and then you have Riddler Coo on Twitter that posts riddles, and He was the one that talked about Titan Pokemon well before we even knew that Titan Pokemon were going to be a thing in Scarlet and Violet. And he was the one that he actually was the one that leaked the Masters 8 roster. And at first people were like, no, this guy just predicts games and stuff. It can't be the actual roster. Like the next day, oh, yep, Alon's there. He's definitely in the Masters 8. That's totally going to be a great match against him and Ash. Oof. Guess that wasn't meant to be. Okay. Well, we've been going on for over an hour and a half at this point. I know there's 8 people here still. So, anything else you guys want to talk about before, we kind of wrap things up? I didn't play the Scarlet Violet DLC, but some of the Pokemon designs for them were really good. I didn't play because of Kieran and Carmine. Terrible designs because I know they are a big part. I'm not the biggest fan of Kieran, but Carmine, I like her design. I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on that point. I feel kind of bad for Ku. Currently, he's been quiet because of the whole Pokemon Legends Z thing, but he does troll, so people fell for his bait of black and white remakes. Yeah. Well, another one too is the other Nintendo Direct leaker, Poirot or whatever his name is, the Club Penguin guy. He said something about black and white remakes being rumored, but then was it that, or it was either that or something else. It might have been black and white, because I want to say, like, he said he can't confirm it, but he's like, I'm willing to take the L if I'm wrong. So there was pretty much a huge implication there that they weren't happening. Could be something that's for future development, but yeah. After Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, look, I want an actual good black and white remake if it actually happens. Or just re-release those games, because they're good as is. Just saying. Just upscale them a little bit. And we're good. Because I like black and Black and White 2. They pretty much are up there in my top 3 generations. I know there are some people that don't really care for them, but I like them. I had a good time with them. So, yeah. Anyways, I really like this song that's playing in the background. What's this? Oh, it's an original. Oh, speaking of Pokemon and black and white, this song. Yeah, people are furious with Ku because of Legends. Legends cure him to. Yeah, the thing about it is, like, the guy likes to troll and kind of mislead people. He also tends to mislead because there are other leakers that use him as a source. Cough, cough, Centro, cough, cough. And when he baits like that, and then it turns out, not to be right, he literally is laughing at them for falling, or for the other leakers falling because he's like, yep, they're stealing from me, so I'm just gonna bait and see if they fall for it, and then they sometimes do, and then they have to retract. Do you like the game and anime for black and white? Is that what you're talking about? For me, I like the games. I was not a big fan of the anime. Best Wishes is pretty low on my list of anipoke series for a reason. Well, I'm gonna have to go eat and take... The tank is getting empty. Good talking. Gotcha, Pokefan. Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure. We'll talk to you in the next one. I didn't play the game. Took a break that gen. Would have loved the remake so I could have played it on my Switch. Yeah, I get that. It's just the originals are good. I know the problem is because, you know, they're not like largely available anymore. You kind of have to go to like, you know, a discount game store or whatever to get them, and they're kind of getting expensive now because they're getting rare. Which, when I got the games, they were cheaper, much cheaper. But I just wish they'd just re-release it. Just put it out on eShop or something. People would buy it. Just saying. Oh, one last thing. Remember that. Hold on. Let me read that through my phone because the heart symbol on the chat is blocking it. Kaka or Kaka guy who just leaked Scarlet and Violet with no remorse, then dipped after. Oh. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that guy never came back. I vaguely remember that, Pokefan. But anyways, I hope you have a great rest of the day, Pokefan. Thank you for stopping by and chatting. I was born in 1990, then Pokemon came out in 1997. Gotcha. Not going to reveal when I was born, but, you know, I'll just say that I was alive when Pokemon Red and Blue came out in America. And I got into Pokemon at a very young age. But yeah. Anyways, wow. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I know there's 9 people here, but, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I know we're kind of pushing it towards 2 hours, and I got some things to do today. So I'm thinking we might want to wrap this up in like the next 2 to 3 minutes, if that's alright with you all. It's Father's Day. I got some things to do, and yeah. So, anyone else got anything before we go? Going once? Someone rated this 6 and 5. Majority rated this 9, 10. That's pretty good. One last question. What do you think of Gibeon's design? I like it. I think it's kind of suiting. It looks kind of... It looks imposing. A little creepy, but, I don't know. It looks neat. It's not what I was expecting. So, I like it. Enjoy your time with your family. Well, thank you once again, Kevin, for joining. It was a pleasure, and yeah. We'll be doing this on Saturday this time around, so instead of Sunday. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and bring this stream to a close. Thank you so much for everyone for joining. We're going to end the poll. We had 22 votes. 9, 10, 1. 59% of the votes. So let's give this episode a 9 out of 10, guys. I don't like long hair on guys, so I'm not the right person. Oh. I guess each to their own. Love Spinel's design. It's breathtaking. Gotcha. But yeah, anyways, guys, we're going to wrap things up here. I got to get going, unfortunately. Would like to keep talking here, but, well, it's Father's Day. I got to go and celebrate it with the fam. So, gonna go do that now. So anyways, if you're still here, thank you so much for joining. We'll be doing this again on Saturday. I might do a Mario Kart stream this week. It's going to depend because we got this massive heat wave hitting us. So as long as I'm not dying in here, we might try to squeeze that in as well. So yeah, I haven't done Mario Kart in a minute, so we will probably do that as long as it's not too terribly hot. Anyways, I'm in the stream now, so if you're still here, thank you so much for joining. You have a great rest of the day. Have a great Father's Day. For all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And to everyone else, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.